is Bella Cultura with Bella Diosa podcast. Here we have Tonika. Welcome, Tonika. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Bella. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to have this interview today.
So tell me, Tonika, I want to know a little bit about you. Where are you from? What's your background?
I am from LA. Wasn't born here, so I can't say born and raised, but
Yeah.
I was born in Detroit, Michigan. My parents moved to LA when I was about 3 years old. We were also in New Orleans a little before that, so kind of
Nice.
like back and forth because my family is from New Orleans and Detroit. So, yeah, I've been out here in LA since I was 3 years old, so LA is all that I know.
That's beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. I love LA myself. Haven't been here for long. I live in Long Beach, but I'm from a small town called Bakersfield. And so LA is not too far from there. So LA is home now. And I'm so glad that we got to meet each other and that you're here with us here at the podcast. So, talking about meeting you, actually, I just want to know a little bit more of who you are as an artist. And where we met was like an amazing experience. How did you find your way there?
Good question. During the time I met you, I actually was in a campaign for my single "In the Mood," and someone that I hired for marketing, really brilliant person that knows the industry. Shout out to Simone. She helped me with getting into the party that we went into. I believe it was the hip hop for
Yeah, the all hip hop event.
all
Yeah.
hip hop Grammy weekend VIP. I was so excited to go, and here's the silly part: I was standing in line when I didn't
Yeah.
even need to be standing in line,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "You're VIP, like come on in." And so I just was open. I ended up going by myself because I'm confident going by myself places like that because I'm very open, and
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm going to meet some people here.
Yeah.
This is what I came for. I set my intention for the day, and I ended up meeting you, which I was so grateful for. So yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm so grateful too. It was so funny how it happened and how we were like, it was just so random. We were both in the restroom and we just hit it off. It was like instantly, right? Like we just kind of like knew we
was.
were soul sisters or something and it felt right. Our conversation was great. And then we found out that we both have children around the same age. And so that was great.
2-year-olds.
We just connected and that night was so much fun. I'll never forget that night.
It was
Really
so
connected with
easy.
you.
It went so
Yeah.
smoothly. It did feel like I knew you for so long. Like, so yeah, thank you for showing me a good time and also
Yeah.
introducing me to the connects that you made for the night. I thought that was like so awesome for you as an artist to also, want to introduce me as an artist to other people. So I really appreciate you for that.
Absolutely. Especially as women in the industry, we have to come together, right? And
Absolutely.
so we had a great time and yeah, I'm so grateful for you.
Aw. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be your first guest too on your podcast.
I know, you're so special.
Thank you.
I knew immediately. I was like, I need to have Tonika here. She's definitely the star of the show. You really are. You truly are just a pure and beautiful person, and I admire you.
Thank you, Bella.
Yeah, of course.
You're so sweet.
Speaking of admiring, I just have a question for you. When did you find out and figured out like what your gift was as an artist?
So, being a singer clearly is different than being an artist because I feel like as an artist, you have to put in effort and work and time and energy into like your brand.
Yeah.
So, although I've been singing my whole life, I come from a line of singers. My mom was a singer in church. My grandmother was a singer in church. She's also a pastor. My great grandmother was a singer in church. They both play the piano without knowing how to read music. It was always in me, and it was kind of like a so what, and I thought like everybody had that talent, like everyone can sing, everyone's musically inclined, so what,
Yeah.
but it just never left me, never left my mind. I just drift off into creation,
Yeah.
especially singing and in music, and I decided to be serious about my craft in 2020
Yeah.
when I released my first album.
Yeah, speaking of your first album, it's one of my favorites. I wanted to talk about frequency, and it's frequency.
Yeah.
What inspired you to make that song, to create that song? When you wrote that song, like what came to you When I hear it, when I listen to that song, it brings like such woman empowerment, and it just uplifts me.
Thank you. That was the intention. So I am happy that my intention manifested. So,
Yes.
yeah, frequency. It was about freeing the queen inside of you. I was, see, the thing is, I didn't refer to myself as a queen. People would call me that. And
Yeah.
I guess people that know me and my path saw me as a woman that is always trying to put her best foot forward. And
Yeah.
so, sometimes friends would call me queen, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use that, Queen Tonika. It helps me really stay in alignment with my divinity.
I
So
love that.
I thought of frequency about freeing that part of me, not being shy. Not for a lot of my life, I diminished myself. Not wanting to rub the people the wrong way,
Right.
or as you know, my background in corporate, just like always being the different person in the room and feeling like maybe my voice isn't valued.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
too confident right now. Like let me tone that down.
I
So
see.
this was me being free and
Yeah.
kind of like being, so what if you are going to misinterpret this expression of my womanly
Right.
power and
Right.
my womanly essence.
Not limiting yourself of truly that feminine energy, right? I
Right.
love that. I really respect you for creating such a beautiful song that we females can really resonate with. So,
Absolutely. And how about this? Men favored my song more than women. So when I would get my
really?
stats, yeah, for a while it was like 70% men,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wow, I made this for us. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't complaining. It was just
Right.
very interesting, and even at my,
Wow.
I had a album release party.
Uh huh.
I invited a rapper and he was like, play Queen again. So the men, they love
Yes.
it. Men love empowered women
They
because when
do.
we are empowered, it's better for us to be calm, peaceful,
Yeah.
graceful, and empower them.
And the
So
confidence is just
yeah,
sexy, right? So
yeah, they love that.
ultimately, yeah, they do. So speaking of your gift, and as an artist, as a singer, um, where is she at right now in this moment? Where is Tonika? Where do you see yourself right now?
I know, right? Tonika, where are you? No,
Where are you, girl?
wake up. No, I am in this phase. I play so many hats.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm in the process of, I would say, kind of directing or managing certain areas of my business. Like, I'm coming out with a music video, visuals
Yes.
for Taking Over Me, which
Yes.
was actually supposed to be released on my birthday, but any business person would know, like in the music business, sometimes things don't work out that way.
Yeah. And you
Because
don't want to rush it, right?
exactly. It's
Yeah.
no point of me rushing it. I've waited so long to be able to do the things that I love. Like, what's the
Yes.
point of rushing it? And
Absolutely.
also, to release work that I'm not proud of.
Yeah.
Like, it's not,
Yeah. I
it's
have
not,
so much
yeah.
respect for you,
Thank you.
because I am guilty of that. It's supposed to be out on this date,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it's like I look back and I'm like, man, if I would have just waited a little longer and really dug deep and done more work and took my time,
I feel
then I
like
would have been
we feel
so,
like that
yeah.
all the time though.
Yeah.
Like, we're always gonna feel that way.
Yeah.
It's a balance. And also, being independent artists such as ourselves,
Yes.
we cannot be at the pace of these artists that are on these major record labels that have,
Exactly.
a whole bunch of resources to speed things up.
Yeah.
I understand that we are in a momentum and it's a very competitive industry. Everyone is
Yes.
comparing themselves to each other. I understand that, but I think that we do need to offer ourselves grace with just really
Grace.
getting creative and making that a priority. So where are we in alignment with like creating something great? It's
Yeah.
not about rushing to get material out there. So,
Yeah.
but every day I'm working towards manifesting my goals in the music industry. So
Yeah.
that's just where I am right now. And I'm
And
always open to creating, but it doesn't come from me as Tonika the vessel. It comes from a deeper place. And
yeah.
so until I get inspiration from that real place, I don't write, I don't sing.
Yes.
So,
That's a great point. Because as an artist, you naturally want to be like, oh, like constantly keeping the momentum going. But you made a great point, and it kind of brought some peace to me when you said, if it doesn't come to me, if it's not like written within me, like and ready to come out, then I'm not going to do it type thing. Because to me, like, that's important to feel safe and knowing that it's not like you're quitting or you're like giving up on yourself. It's just like you're really truly being intentional about what you have to say and what's coming to you and what words you want to give out to the world, and the message you want to portray. So like it's a beautiful thing that you tapped into that, because it's important as an artist not to like be so hard on ourselves and say, you know what, I'm going to take a break, and when it comes to me and it's time, then I will speak on it, I will create. So that's beautiful for you to like be in that moment. I
Thank you.
admire that.
Yeah.
And as far as future goals, like obviously you're saying you are working on a music video, and the fact that you're taking your time to really like put in the work and make sure that you create what you have in mind, and bring it manifested into life. That's a beautiful thing. So I just want to cheers to that, because
Cheers.
girl.
You know, I'm always up for the cheers
Yes.
to a good life.
Cheers
Cheers
to
to a good.
Tonika.
Thank you. And to Bella, thank you for having me on your wonderful podcast
Thank
and
you.
being able just to talk about music, love, life, health, and wealth,
Yes.
and this mocktail. Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, let's try it.
Well,
Speaking of health and wealth, Tanika, what are we drinking today?
well, we are drinking. The base is ginger beer.
It's
Now,
actually really good.
I love ginger
It's
beer.
fresh.
It ginger beer cured me from when my Mexico trip.
Oh really?
I don't know, like maybe I had a little bit of water. I don't know. My stomach was squeezy, and I
Yeah.
just drank ginger beer for like 2 days, and it
That's
really solved my
amazing.
issue. But anyway, back to this drink: ginger beer and lime, and we have organic blueberries, organic mint, and
Yes.
rosemary.
Yes.
And also, the most important thing in this drink that you probably can't see with the naked eye is the turmeric,
Yes.
anti-inflammatory, and it will definitely keep us maintaining our health today. So,
Yes. Cheers to that again. I'm so
yeah.
grateful.
Cheers. Thank you
I
so
really
much.
needed this, by the way. Like,
Me too.
I totally just spilled.
It's not good unless you spill it, though.
You know what?
It's not good unless you spill
It's
it.
all love. Um,
And the best part is like it's clear. So even if
you
I
know what
spilt
that
it on my
reminds me?
dress,
That brings me back to it brings me back to family, right? So like, because we have kids, I want to know a little bit more about like your family. Like, I know you have a little one. He's so adorable, by the way. Um, how old is he now?
he's 2.
He's 2.
Yes. Let me see how many months. So he turned 2 in January.
Mm-hmm.
We're already in April, so 2 years and 4 months. Is that
Yeah.
4 or 3?
Oh, he's so cute. And you're married and
Yes.
to a wonderful husband,
Yes.
that you talk so beautifully of all the time. It's a beautiful thing. I really admire the fact that you're a hardworking woman in corporate, and you're a mommy and a wife, and you're an artist, a singer, and all the endeavors that you create and you do, and all the time you put into everything that you love is such an inspiration as a woman. You're doing it all, you're doing it well, girl. So I just want to give you all the
Thank you
light,
so
and
much.
yeah, and all the love, because we see you. I see you. And it takes a lot of work and effort, and sacrifice, to put others, and I admire you for also putting yourself first too when it comes to your artistry, and really focusing on what you love and saying, I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to do this for me, and you're doing it. So
Thank you so
yeah.
much. And my family supports me.
Yeah.
My son supports me. Every time he sees me on the TV, he's like, "Mommy,"
Oh, isn't that the
like, and then
best?
yes, he like sings with me.
Oh,
He's so sweet. And I know he's musically inclined
yeah.
already. Yeah, my husband, he supports me. I'm just very grateful and happy that I have a strong team and
Yeah.
connected to people that are genuine and that uplift me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a
That's
blessing.
beautiful. Oh, well, that brings us to gratitude and love. So I just want to say thank you, for being here, and I'm so grateful. I want to talk a little bit about your latest releases. You dropped In the Mood, right, in
Yes.
February, and
Mm-hmm.
the inspiration behind it, based on like what I hear. It's kind of like let me cater to you type of vibe. You dropped it around Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah.
So it was perfect timing, by the way. I just gotta say, like that was
Thank
perfect.
you.
What inspired you? I'm just so curious to know. I mean, it's such a beautiful and sexy and like just intimate song.
Yeah, inspiration. First of all, I was inspired by the beat. Shout out to Tristan Knight, my producer. That
Nice.
beat was fire. And I
Yes,
said
it
to
was.
myself, oh, you got to bring it. You can't just sing about, just love.
Yeah.
Like, this sounds very seductive. This
Mm-hmm.
sounds like, oh, your man is doing right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's doing right. Like, let me praise him for a second. You know what I'm saying? Like, we, we as women,
Yeah.
when we get mad, we start writing and we can write a
Absolutely. Oh
song.
yeah, we can. Oh, there's a lot to say when we're upset.
So I'm just like, it's a lot of good men out
Yeah.
here,
Mm-hmm.
married, single. And if I hear another woman say all the good men are married, you're not looking hard enough, sweetie, at all.
You're not
Because
attracting,
you're
right?
not
You're not
attracting
attracting.
well enough.
Right.
And I hear it a lot. Like, I'll meet men in the industry. They'll be like, do you have a sister? Do you have this? Like, I've been looking for a queen in my life. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, and then I hear the women say the same
Mm-hmm.
thing. How do we get us together and maybe to sing about it more?
Right.
I feel like In the
Right.
Mood is not just to sing it to your man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what if a man was singing that song too? It's not
Right.
based just
Right.
upon gender,
I love that.
So
Yeah.
that's where I was gearing the lyrics. Like, I would want someone to sing this to me too, and who
Yes.
wouldn't want to lay their head on a bosom? Even a
Yeah.
baby
Yeah.
loves that. That's
Oh,
that's a
I
sign
love
of
that.
comfort,
Mm-hmm.
And just like I was telling you before about sensuality and
Yeah.
sexuality, it's the lyrics need to go where your mind is,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the song was so pure and innocent in even in the visuals,
Yeah.
with the green outfit and the jewelry, it was
Yes. The
symbolic of being a
music video was
wife.
amazing.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
was a great music video.
Thank
You
you.
guys have to check it out.
Yes, we put together that music video fairly quickly, but we were so creative, small team.
Yeah.
Shout out to the team. We did that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the inspiration was some of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Clearly, Janet Jackson. She's done the whole sheer
Yes.
fabric blowing in the
Mm-hmm.
wind. Beyonce
Yeah.
with the water scene in the water, like the
Yeah.
wet looking hair. That's who I thought of, and it was another scene. And also, even my tone in the song,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it was like Brandy,
Right.
inspired by
I can
Brandy,
see
and
that. Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, that's the best part about being an independent artist, like, and having small teams. It forces you to be really creative
Yeah.
and use your resources wisely, and
Mm-hmm.
so we did that.
Yeah, you really did. I really enjoyed
Thank
watching
you.
your music video, and your song is amazing. I have it on my
Thank you.
favorites, by the way. Yeah,
Thank you. And
I
if you fall
do.
asleep to it, you see
Yeah.
how like it was intentional to kind of keep it like at a volume and
Yeah,
a
the
and
melody is
yeah,
very,
to
yeah,
where like it's
soothing.
I don't wake you up out of your sleep because like it just turned up all of a sudden. It was
Yeah,
meant to be really soothing
I
and
like that.
like
It
medicine.
fits it. It fits the message, the tone, everything that comes together. Great job on that song. I
Thank
really enjoyed
you.
it.
Thank you. I
Of
love the
course.
feedback.
Yeah, so taking over me, I know you mentioned it earlier a little bit, and how you dropped that song. It was supposed to be the music video was supposed to be dropped on your birthday, which you didn't, and I'm so proud of you. Like I said,
Thank you.
I just gotta say, taking over me, you know this is my favorite song. When we were doing the photo shoot, it's just I put it on repeat. Like I love the song. I gotta say, "Taking Over Me" is probably one of my favorite songs of
Thank
yours.
you.
It just has like this feeling of like no control of the emotion when you connect with someone. That's kind of like the message that I have, like that I get from the song. It's a really good song. What inspired you to create the song?
Well, I'm always inspired by love, by uncontrollable feelings that you don't know where to
Yeah.
place them. And at times, I know I'm not the only one that does this because I hear friends and people talk about it
Yeah.
when you have like your emotions run wild.
Girl.
And you have to
You're preaching right now.
you have to control your feelings, and then
Yes.
we judge our feelings like we're in
Right.
control, like weirdo, right? Like it's an
Exactly.
emotion, you feel this way and
Right.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Acting on your emotions or not
Mm-hmm.
really acting with a sound mind is where we
Right.
get in trouble.
Right.
So a lot of times when I feel emotions, and this particular emotion and taking over me, it happens throughout your life
Yeah.
when you're trying to you feel something and you're trying to control yourself and you're being pulled, and then you start resisting emotion, you start driving yourself crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why not surrender to love?
Yes.
And I think that we try to control what love looks like
Mm-hmm.
with different people,
Mm-hmm.
and love can be expressed in many different ways. Why do we need
Yeah.
to act on it? Why do we need to,
Right.
sometimes two people are at different places in their lives. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why do you need to call that person? Why do you need to,
Right. You
if
can
they're where
send
they need
love.
to be, right?
Right. You
If
can
they're where
send
they need
love.
to be and they're happy,
Right.
be happy for them.
Right.
That's an unconditional love. That's a pure love.
Absolutely.
And um, yeah, and a lot of people too are afraid to feel, which
Mm-hmm.
is why they haven't connected with the right person they're supposed to
Yeah.
connect with. And I think my music is more geared towards people that want to release that control.
Right. I love that. And I love the song. It's
Thank
my
you.
favorite. Um, with that being said, I just want to ask, what is your message to the world? Like, what if whatever comes to your heart, like, what message would you want the world to just feel and coming from you?
Today,
Yeah.
I'm not really filled with a lot of messages, but
Okay.
something did come to mind
Okay.
about judgment
Yeah.
and love. And I remember reading a while ago about how you can't really place judgment and love in the same like
Mm-hmm.
moment in your brain and
Right.
in your heart.
Yeah.
And I would say to the world to release more love, less judgment.
Yes.
Yes, use discernment, learn
Yes.
what that is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but it's really important to like check yourself when you're being too judgmental, because
Yeah.
you're projecting
Yeah.
what you the stipulations you have on your life onto other people.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone has their own journey in life and their own path.
Yeah.
And as long as they're not hurting anyone, right?
Yes.
Killing anyone,
Right.
stealing from anyone,
Right.
it's really not for you to judge harshly.
Absolutely.
And if
Amen to that.
so I really just would like to release more love
I
and
love
grace
that.
to the world today.
Oh, well, we release love back to you, and
Thank
you
you.
know it goes full circle. You know, the love that you give, you will receive in return. You know, and speaking of love, I would love to end this with a prayer, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my first guest
Of
here at
course,
Bella
I'm so
Diosa.
honored.
I'm so thrilled and I'm so excited for all of the endeavors that you are going to be achieving and everything that's on the books for you. You know, I'm your number one fan. I'm here to support. I'm here to cheer you on, girl. I'm here to uplift you in whichever way I can, and I'm so proud of you. So,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
I'm so excited. So, you guys know where to check her out, and I will put that on the link down below so you guys can follow her and listen to her music. And yeah, thank you so much, Tanika. I just want to end with a prayer. I just want to say, Heavenly Father, I want to say thank you for all that you are and all that you create, Lord. Thank you for giving us the mercy, the grace, and for this opportunity to create, Lord, to share your word and to share our gifts, the gifts that you have blessed us with. And we just want to say thank you for Tonika. We send love to her and her family, healing. We see her healed and we see her protected and just filled with abundance and creativity so that she can continue to share her gift. We love you and we praise you. Amen. Until next time with Bella Diosa podcast. We'll see you soon.